Hello everybody, this is Khashir. Welcome to my new tutorial on C. In this next, I think, two tutorials, I try to write a simple tic-tac-toe with C and implement some sort of basic AI, if you can call it AI, and that have reasonably smart movements. So let's get started here. As you see, I created my tic-tac-toe with c_ttt.c, which is my tic-tac-toe file, and I'm in Linux, so using GCC compiler. First start to import or include our call our libraries. We start with include stdio.h and include what else we need. I need stdlib.h for random module, I guess. Let's comment here for random, not my random module, for random class, or random, not class, it doesn't have class, a random function. And another one will be include string.h, and we will need time. Do we will need time? Time.h maybe to create some sort of delay, but if we're going to do it, we can use it later. So what we need to do here is that let's write some comments here. Or we should have a board, of course, and we create our player variables, players variables, like for example user and the computer or machine. And we should have a variable for turns that we can use it like a turn multiplier, so it should be turn. And we are going to use a couple of different functions. In fact, we can use and write everything in main function, but let's use a couple of different functions and play with them a little bit. So we can have a show board function, and we can have user turn function, which is responsible for getting an input from the user and update the board and check for if the user is going to win or is a winner. And here machine turn or computer turn, and another function for check the win, so we call it check win function, and who is going to win. And at the end, I'm going to use something I call win filters, which is, it can act as or it can appear like AI, but in fact it just sets of rules. So we declare our global boards, but before that, let's start with our main function. So int main, and here return 0. Okay, and here let's see what we have here, gcc and c. Okay, return my typo, return one more time, and okay, no error. So now we first of all, let's create our board, and our board is simple what you call it, we can as an array, so it will be char board with 9 cell, and which will be something like this. So and I'm going to copy copy this. Alright, and this will be our board, which we will access to each cell by its index. Let me move them a little bit so we can have better. And as you see, the best way is to test your code in C very often. All right, and we can have some function prototype here. Say void show board and void user turn and after we can have something for machine turn or computer board turn. We call it, let's call it machine turn, it's better, I guess, machine turn. And the last one, we need to have some random, getting some random number, which should return some number, random number, not like this, random number, and which maybe we can declare it later. Let's just stick with these three three functions for now. And of course we need to have some variables here, and our variables will be, we should have something for user, something for machine, characters. So character user equal x, and machine equal O. And later on we try to find a way to change them between machine and a user, like sometimes we will be O and sometimes we will be X, depends on the turn who will play first. And we can have some variables for move, which is our input from the user, and we can have turn equal 1, we use it as a turn multiplier, and the number, which we will use for getting a random number for first step of our AI, which computer will play like with just random numbers, and running equal 1, that I will use it for my while loop. And first thing first, let's create our show board, so at least we can have something to see. Void show board, and it will be, first of all, I'm going to clean the system, the screen, which is system clear, and here print f, make some sorts of, I don't know, frame, and print f. What we need to do is access each cell by cell from our array, and it will be something like C and pipe. Let me copy this. Actually, let's copy this. 3, and here will be we don't need this one, and access to board 0, board 1, and board 2. Now we just need to copy this line. We could make it with also for loop, but let's keep it simple. Maybe later we change it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and here 6, 7, and 8. And I just copy this line and back here, something like this. Now change the code one more time, and when we run it, of course we will not have a board because we have to call it, and we are going to sorry we are going to call it in main loop, in the main function. So here I'm going to call show board first time, because when we start the game, the first thing we can see is the board itself, something like this. Okay, maybe make it a little bit more cleaner here, one line more. Okay, something like this. Maybe this can go also. What will happen if it looks better a little bit this way? Yeah, it's cleaner. Okay, and also here. Now we have board. All right. Now our logic, or the way we represent the game here will be that first we start our main game loop. So while running equal 1, and it will be, now the thing is we have a turn here, so I'm going to use the while loop, and while is looping the while loop is working. I'm using two different statements. The condition, if the turn multiplier is 1, is going for player function. If it's -1, is going for machine function. And each time we are in that given function, we do our operation, and after reverse the turn multiplier and send the machine or send the computer to another function. A different way of doing it. So in fact you can use different logic for it. So if turn equal 1, then user turn, which we haven't written yet, and else then we go for machine turn. So if I run the code now, of course we will have error because we don't have those functions. So let's write those functions. So where I am. So here void, we are using void because we won't return any value from this. So user turn, it will be just printf, let's say in user function, and let's say we come down here and say void machine turn. We just say printf in machine function. So this would start, and now when we run the code, it's just looping through and sending us to user turn, and user turn will give back us this print statement with in user function. So so let's go out of it. Now now that we are in user turn, let's get a value from the user. So scan F. Yes, it can be better way of getting user input for, but let's stick with this scan F for now. And as you see here, we have also integer move, which is going to be our variable to interact with the user and the machine. Now, for example, now I'm getting the input from the user and set it to the move. And the way is we are using the and sign. It means like you get something, you get a value from the user and you set it to this variable, or you put it at this address of the variable. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just you're setting it to that variable. You set a variable with that and move. So, and if we run the code now in user function, we have it. We have our board user function, and we can just get the value from the user. And we are in user, and let's see something here, and let's say instead of in user function, we can write now choose a spot from 0 to 8. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, okay, that's kind of okay. Now, and when we get this, and now turn, we use our turn multiplier. So let's say turn multiply equal -1, and this should change the value of the turn. And here in our while loop, where is my while loop? And it checks, it's not 1 anymore. So whatever it is, and it's like it will be -1, it will change, send it back to this machine turn. And in machine turn, for now, we can just get something the same from the machine. Scan F, and also turn multiply equal -1 again. So we send it back again to user. Let's try. So here 0 in machine function, 1, and it's going back here to our function. And what we can do next is that we just set a board index number to the same to user move. So here we can say board move, which we are accessing to each of these cells. For example, if it's 0, we'll access this one, is index 1, index 0, 1, index 1, 2, index 2, then etc. So board move equal user, right? And after, we can now say show board. And also I can copy this line here and put it here. Now let's see. Also we can do the same things. Let's say Control C and come here, and we can put it to machine, which is O character. All right, now choose the spot 0, 8, say 0, in machine function 1, in spots, choose a spot, let's say 1. Now you see it's changing the value of this index 1. So we have to prevent this. So the easiest way is when we scan the move here, first we check, we say if board move, we can say is empty, we sorry, but this is empty. Yeah, so we call them empty, these underscores. If it's underscore, which is empty for us, then we just set that value or index number to user variable. And else, if it's not, if it's occupied before, if it's X or O, it's not, if it's not empty, whatever, we just print a warning like try again, spot is full, something like that. And of course we put it in the next. And here what we can do is we can send it back to user turn function. And of course we just copy all this here and put it back here. So here one more time, we are getting the input from the user. If board equal move, or just a second, I will get back to you. Sorry about that. Okay, as I said, in the user turn, we are getting a value from the user. We are checking that data, simple data check. If that index from our array is empty, we set it to new value. We show the board, and we use our turn multiplier, and we send the request to machine turn, or we call the machine turn. And if it's not, like if something is occupied there, it's not empty, we just write a simple warning print and call the function again. So I guess that could be enough, because C is a little bit jumpy, especially when you are not used to it. So I don't know if I should continue or not. I guess it's enough. Let me one more time test the code. And here we have 0, for example. Now in machine function 1, and when we are in user function and we want to have choose the index 1, and actually we can do it. Machine, let's say also you can do it here. Okay, let's see why we can do it. So if board equal 0, then do these things, else come back. That's strange. One more time, 0, and in machine function 1, and in choose spot 0 to 8, 0, or let's choose 2, 1. Yeah, it's changing. Alrighty. Then maybe we can what about something like this? Else if board move is not equal empty, then can we fix it this way? So 0, come back, 1, come back, now here 1. Yeah, looks this logic works better. Or 0, same. So if board move is empty, do this stuff. So else, yeah, maybe this way is better. And we can do it in the same way to machine function. So we can say this, then gonna come here, say, and after, of course, we are going to change this input function with our random function, and after change it to a little bit more complicated filter function, as I said before. So here, if board board move we could also say if board is not empty in the first place and else, but anyway, if is empty spot, then you do all those things. And else, I just push this here, and else we don't need to get any warning for machine, but just for testing now, after we will change it. And here we can have machine turn, and all right, let's try it. So choose a spot 0, and here machine function 0, same, so 1, and here 0 and 1, same. Okay, now it's working. One more thing before I go, maybe we could have something like quit, or later. Yeah, I think it's enough for this tutorial. I guess the shorter the tutorial, it's going to benefit more, because I guess it will be a little bit tiring if you sit for 40, 50 minutes, 30 minutes and try to do something. So if you like my tutorials and my videos, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I see you guys in next video.